the game. This is, of course, game number 2. We're getting underway here. And we'll see how the lane's set up. Obviously, you have the Clinkz, which is very interesting. Tell me about the Clinkz for Secret, and I think it was last overall pick for them. What do you think about it for mid 1 here?
I think it was probably one of the best carries they could have picked that was left in the pool. It's a carry that you can approach the fight from any angle, right? Then you also have Puck, who kind of causes chaos in the fight. It's Vision with the orb, locks some of these heroes down with Coil. It's just, it lets you take the fight without having to clump up. So you can avoid a lot of the Magnus problems you might run into with a different style of carry.
That's a very good point also, because you have so much mobility with these heroes as well. Maybe Leshrac, obviously not, but like a Timbersaw, a Puck, even the Clinkz, even to a certain extent, the Earth Spirit, you're all over the place. You're taking fights, like you said, from different angles. So
none of these heroes need to walk next to each other to get into a fight. It's very important when it comes to like just general spacing.
So spread themselves out, get some vision down as well to make things a bit easier. But we'll see how it turns out. Ace is going to be on the Timbersaw. And we'll see where they send these heroes for both teams. EG will drop a ward aggressively into the enemy jungle to start things out, not really blocking the easy camp, but trying to get them some vision towards the hard camp. On the other side, Arteezy sitting close to a ward that was placed by Secret, and that will block the easy camp here, as you can see. And Arteezy is going to be on the jug. He actually has a ward of his own to drop down in his backpack, so something to consider. But for now, EG, Sumail getting aggressive here. They've spotted Ace. They'll give him a couple of auto attacks here. They see if he goes for some play trying to get this good split Earth, and that's going to give Ace the bounty rune. Now Sumail's on the run, taking a few auto attacks coming in from Puppey, but should be just fine. He has plenty of regen to work with, it looks like, and shouldn't be an issue.
Should be just fine. I like the lane setup from Team Secret, having the safe lane Timbersaw. It frees up the supports to do pretty much whatever they want once Timber gets some levels.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they can't really prevent this pull, even with 2 heroes just right there.
This is just something we've seen so commonly. They get off the split Earth, which is pretty nice, but Crit should still be able to pull this back, but this is the new off-lane way. Get the wave as best as you can back to your lane, but Crit might be able to miss the rolling boulder. He actually dodged it swiftly. Still taking a lot of damage. Good split Earth dodge from Crit. He's going to go for the TP. It's going to be close. He's taking a lot of damage here. He will make it back to the base. Crit is able to make it out of harm's way. That pull, though, is going to be stopped.
Yeah, Misery.
Fata,
pretty deep.
The Shadow Word is doing a lot of damage. Misery is laying into him. He's got the Illusion Orb. He's going to hold on to it for now. And a Tango and Salve. Now Misery is the one that's in trouble. They rotated YapzOr up here. The Illusion Orb will hit. They have a Rolling Boulder, I believe, for YapzOr already. And Puppey has the Split Earth, which he is going to pop, and YapzOr will secure first blood onto Misery. So, yes, Crit makes it out, but great rotations from Puppey and YapzOr to secure that kill with a diving Misery.
Yep, heavy commitment, but luckily in the safe lane, they have Timbersaw against Magnus. Timber's totally fine with that.
Yeah. So at this point, we'll see how the mid lane shapes up. A little bit different from what we saw last game. It was pretty much from minute 1, there was a Lich to help out Arteezy. Now finally Crit is coming back in, and Puppey has rotated as well just to get some help for these 2 mid laners.
Yep, Nightstalker doesn't do a whole lot to Clinkz though. He's going to be totally fine. It's almost like the duel lane doesn't really feel like it does much for EG side. It's just a place for Nightstalker to get some experience.
Yeah. Fata should still have a tough time. He got some help earlier, but he's going to get zoned out by Arteezy and Misery. They can continue to spam the Shadow Word. He only has 2 Tangos left. He's going to try to build into a bottle, but you can already see the harass is severe. But on the other side of the map, it's good because they have the Timbersaw free farming. He's got 11 last hits right now to the 5 of Sumail at this point.
Yep, and this is one of those matchups that just gets impossible once Timber gets some levels.
Ooh. Oh, Crit snags it. Nicely done. Avoids the Split Earth yet again. And now we'll get back and get his own bounty rune as well. Or he's going to look for the rune first and then decide back to the high ground.
You know, we didn't talk a whole lot about the support Lesh. It's not the most reliable support hero just because stun's pretty difficult to land. It's very small, takes a lot of time, but it's one of these heroes that it's really nice when you have a safe laner that's self-sufficient. You don't need to help too much, so you can just stack and pull, get your own experience, and then play the game from there.
I mean, it's so common to see a Lesh in the core role. What do you think he does in terms of ability-wise? Is it still Edict Max? What would you see here for the Leshrac for Puppey?
I imagine it would be the Edict Max. They have a ton of building damage in the the Edict, the Searing Arrows, some Bone Clanks as well. So.
Mid lane, great pushback from YapzOr onto Crit. Plenty of Searing Arrows to come through, but the Spirit Siphon will push them back in mid 1. It's nice not to go up to the high ground to try to kill Crit, so there's some harass coming in from both teams. Puppey on the backside looking for Crit, maybe with a Split Earth. Just trying to get aggressive, but Crit looks to be fine at this point. And Fata still chased down Arteezy, heading away from the creep wave just to harass Fata. He's in the jungle just trying to leech experience for now. He does have 6 last hits, so he is getting something out of this, but he is diving. He's going to lose your jaunt away. He's just trying to avoid Warlock as much as possible. He phase shifts the tower, and he's just going to try to pull the wave back to his tower, get something going there, and try to find at least a little bit of experience going his way.
Shenanigans. That's what that is, Juan.
Yeah. He went deep for that. But still, 18 last hits for mid one in the mid lane. Much better this time around than, of course, last game on the Invoker, where he had about 6 to like 20 from the Arteezy Sven.
Yeah, much better matchup for sure. No Lich, no half a hero before level 25.
Right. So Sumail obviously also doing pretty well, 15 last hits, and trying to get a Blink Dagger early, I would imagine. I mean, what, Arcane's Blink?
Soul Ring.
Yep, oh yeah, Soul Ring, that's right. The new standby for a lot of these offlaners.
Yep. So what do you think's gonna like change this game? You know, what breaks open from the lane phase? It's usually like Puck level 6, but he's in the off lane, so sometimes that's not as reliable. You have Earth Spirit roaming around. I guess they actually have a lot of kill potential mid lane. Like when Earth Spirit hits like 2 or 3, roll into the, what is it, the Strafe from Clink's ton of damage.
Yeah. It's tough to bring down the Death Prophet though with the Spirit Siphon. They're trying, Rolling Boulder will miss, Fear will be able to get out just fine. He had Spirit Siphon available, plus a Mango to work with too, so he's okay. A lot of action around this mid lane. The important thing to me is what you were talking about, the level 6 for the Puck, getting that Dream Quill, trying to find a gank with it. But like you said, he's in the off lane. We just saw him pull a wave, so he'll get some experience, but it looks like it might be a ways away from having that Dream Quill early on into the game.
You know, you would think so, but he's actually doing very well. I think he'll have his 6 at a pretty decent timing this game. Again, it feels like Secret have the better roamers, or at least the better lanes to roam into, right? Like the, how is Night Stalker and Death Prophet really going to kill this Clinkz? It's not the same as Earth Spirit rolling in with the tons of physical damage from Clinkz. Then they have this Timbersaw who's going to be harassing Magnus over and over while Timber sits at full HP. It's just, they have more openings and more plays they can make.
And we talked about the supports in between games too. We talked about the scaling of the supports. I feel like with Earth Spirit and Leshrac, how do you feel about those heroes scaling later into the game for Team Secret?
So in team fights, they definitely do not match up to Warlock at all.
Right.
Right, and then Night Stalker, while he's not the strongest team fight hero, he provides vision and gets annoying. It's definitely EG favored in terms of supports in the late game.
And with Captain's Draft, when you have such a shallow hero pool, sometimes that's what it comes down to, those support picks.
Yeah, for sure. They can offset a lot of the draft differences for sure.
But in this game right now, I mean, Secret are doing well in CS-wise. Timbersaw free farming, mid one about the same, 31 last hit, 7 denies. Ace is getting aggressive. He's level 6. He's got the Chakram. He's got a Soul Ring ready as well. So Sumail needs to be a little careful. Sumail is not too far away from his 6 as well. Something to consider. They want to make something happen with an RP, but killing Ace is going to be tough. He has level 3 reactive armor at this point.
Yeah, once he gets to this point, he doesn't really take damage. You can just sit under the tower, push the Raven forever,
right,
and eventually you chip away at that.
Boulder Smash will hit. Edict, Split Earth. Sumail avoids it, and they're going to Timber Chain and look for a Chakram. They can't find it. Crit's only level 2, so he can die pretty quickly, but Split Earth, again, we talked about it. It's not the easiest stun to land, even with a Boulder Smash setup.
Yeah, the Boulder Slash stun is not very long at all.
Mid one getting caught. Dust is up. Crit level 2. Spirit Siphon coming out. There's the Crypt Swarm. Puppey coming in as well, looking for a Split Earth. Mid one getting dove. They might get this kill. One more auto attack should do it from Crit, and he gets it. He's now in the tree line. Hunter in the night. Up to the high ground. Will he survive the rolling boulder? Yapzor on the chase. Good Boulder Smash hit. One more auto attack will get the kill. Crit almost made a magnificent escape, but of course couldn't quite get out of trouble there. The Hunter in the night.
They're still very nicely done. They get the kill on Clinkz. Totally worth it.
So that is a big dive. Fear getting back into it. 30 last hits for him. And quietly, Puck has gotten back up to 24 last hits himself in the top lane. He's doing pretty well.
Yeah, doing extremely well. Jug can't really kill Puck at all, but at the same time, Puck doesn't kill Juggernaut, so both these heroes will just sit in front of each other and keep farming, probably until Puck wants to make a rotation.
Yeah, I mean, he's almost level 6, and you would assume at that point maybe he starts moving around the map trying to find something.
Yeah, definitely. Since he can't kill the hero in front of him, he'll probably look to gank mid or to TP and counter gank mid lane, but this is where Timbersaw gets a little ridiculous. Takes no damage at all from the tower, can sit and tank it forever.
I mean, he is giving Sumail the business right now. He's throwing out Chakrams. He's sitting on level 1 Whirling Death, level 1 Timber Chain, but he's going to get some more levels, and the Chakram continues to do some serious damage. Shadow Word will keep Sumail up and fighting fit for now. But Ace can just dive behind the tower. He's already put a lot of pressure on the tier 1. It's getting super low, and Secret are abusing this bottom lane Timbersaw coming out.
Yep, it's just the tower. You just can't defend at this point. And then you have the Lesh Edict as well that just knock down the tower while Timbersaw tanks it up. Pretty strong and difficult for EG to deal with. I guess they need a whole bunch of levels on Death Prophet before they can try to fight that. Long duration silencers are fantastic against this when you can just stack up the magic damage.
And I like seeing this from mid one. On the other side of the map, it looks like there's a battle for a bounty rune, which Crit is able to snag or deny from Fata. And then we'll take a fight down bottom. It looks like they're going to grab the kill onto Sumail, getting caught and killed on. And I like the rotation from mid one and bringing the Clinkz at level 6. As soon as he gets the Death Pact, he has a medallion to work with as well. More than enough damage with all of these heroes bottom, and they've already taken the tier 1 in this lane.
Yep, they're playing to the Timbersaw's strengths. He's unkillable. Once you bring people to him, he can kill anyone in front of him. It's easy to gank because since he's always up in the enemy's face, you always have vision of some guy sitting in front of you, and then you can just do this, where you zone these heroes off behind the tower, hit it with Leshrac, Clinks.
I mean,
Pretty much unstoppable.
What can EG do? They can bring the Death Prophet like you talked about, I suppose, but is there anything else they can do to stop Ace at this point?
I mean, they can bring the Death Prophet, but they still might not kill him.
Yeah.
So, big problem at this point of the game.
I mean, Sumail's still level 6. And on the other side, Fear's just trying to get anything he can with the Exorcism onto this tier 1 tower. He gets it, and it's pretty good, but mid 1, they'll take the tier 2 tower in the bottom lane. A full lane of towers gone in terms of the tier 1 and tier 2 here for Secret picked up.
Yeah, the trades are good, but Exorcism has been used. That's, what, 2.5 minutes where Timbersaw doesn't have to worry about a Death Prophet rotation?
Yep.
You probably just TP back up top and then keep on rolling.
Yeah. That's exactly what they're going to do as they send Ace up to the top lane. They're going to have Fata there to help him out as well if need be. And EG kind of just have to back up. It is daytime, especially with Crit only being level 3. They won't be able to get a lot done during this daytime.
I mean, just look at the game plan from EG. Timbersaw TPs the lane, I'm out.
Yeah.
I want nothing to do with this guy at all. And they're just going to keep losing towers like that.
Arteezy is going to need a lot more farm in order to be able to deal with this Timbersaw later on into the game. And just in general, Crit is going to get caught, silence up, rolling boulder, the boulder smash along with it, searing arrows and strafe. One more will do the job, and mid one will secure it.
Nice, quick, clean kill. That's the thing, right? Timbersaw can push up like that so safely where your other heroes don't have to sit behind him. And you can still pressure the other sides of the map.
So despite taking 2 towers, it is still only a 1k advantage for Secret. It feels like more at this point though, Brax.
It does, right? It feels really bad because they can't fight the Timbersaw yet, but EG, they're still farming very, very well. And they'll eventually hit the point of the game where Timbersaw is not that tanky, and they'll be able to kill him. Or at least, you know, kill his teammates without dying.
That's at least a few minutes away, and then there's the other heroes you have to worry about, like Fata on the puck. 1200, he's getting closer and closer to that Blink Dagger, and then you have some more initiation to work with. And they've taken another tier 1 tower in the top lane. In the meantime, EG grouping up mid, trying to find something here. There is a DD rune at the bottom rune spot. Mid 1 though, he's slippery. He's got the skeleton walk to work with.
Mod is so uneventful, we didn't even need to watch it. We know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Tower's dead, Timbersaw's here, no heroes around. Just how it happens.
I mean, he's just going to keep going. He's a full hood of Defiance at this point already, plus Arcanes and Soul Ring, very tanky.
Yep.
Level 4 reactive armor. It is just about impossible to kill him right now, I feel like.
They just can't handle him at this point of the game, but it'll get easier later on.
They're going to pop the Edict. Ace does not seem too concerned. Good usage of the Glyph, and now Sumail looking to try to fight. Maybe looking for a skewer, see if they can slow him
Night
down.
Stalker's coming in.
And they're going to just Timber Chain him away. And now
But wait, it's day.
Yeah, they just can't do anything during this daytime. I think they have, like, what, maybe a minute left on daytime, which is the good news for EG, so maybe they make something happen during this night, but...
Still.
Yeah.
Does not seem like they can kill this guy. And it's just been space for Fodder to keep farming towards his Blink Dagger. He's super, super close.
I mean, look at this map control. Fada's farming bottom. They're pushing up top. There's nothing they can do to stop them, even when they run at them. The one issue is that Secret doesn't have the tier 1 mid. I should look at that soon. Misery's probably dead here, even with the Shadow Word. I don't think... Yeah, he's just... See ya. Timber Chain, even get the Chakramon to Fear to push him back as well, and this will lead into more tower damage. Plus, they just used the Glyph, so that tower is probably going to be in some trouble as well.
It'll take a lot of damage, and I can't imagine EG will want to defend. They'll probably slow it down with some shockwaves, but that's about it. You know, Warlock still needs to hit his level 6.
They do have RP, but they need to bring the Jug up here. They're going to pop the Exorcism. Ace is in deep. They're working on the tower. He's got a Timber Chain away. The Spirit Siphon going as well. He's taking a lot of damage. There's the Skewer, the RP. They need more, though. He's very tanky. The Shockwave silenced up. He can't Timber Chain away. He's getting low, but still able to make it out. The Spirit Siphon, not enough damage, and Ace should survive. He regions up with reactive armor. Sumail still chasing, looking for Puppey, looking for anything that is Exorcism as well. Down, and now mid 1 might get caught here. If they can get this kill, it would be huge. But the Chakra coming through, slowing them down. They'll pop the Edict. Fear is in too deep. The Ghosts have to come back. He'll get 1 kill, but Ace is still in there, still tanking it up, and Crit will fall as well. 2 dead. Ace gets a killing spree, and it is just all going beautifully, except for losing mid 1 in that fight for Secret.
My God. They committed so much to try to kill Timbersaw. Was not able to happen, and then ends up dying for it. Again, that's the big Exorcism cooldown used.
At least they got the Clinks at the very least. But
that's true. But still, now it's every time that cooldown's used, Timbersaw probably isn't afraid of anything. They just run down these lanes again.
Yeah, and I would imagine they go again on that top tier 2 tower here in a moment. But instead, they're looking for a silence under the Jug. Fata thought about going with a Waning Rift, but he's going to decide not to take this fight. There's a couple of heroes from EG coming in, and Fata will back himself up and away. And he does, of course, have that Blink Dagger. He purchased up a few minutes ago while that action was happening in the top lane.
Yep, and these have been all fights without a Puck being involved at all. I mean, we've seen how long it takes to kill Timbersaw, and that's with the chase, right? Imagine if Puck's there, and he can coil them, prevent them from chasing, or just lock them down for Clinks to 2-shot some of these heroes. It'll be super, super easy.
And this is nighttime for EG. They're getting pulled around the map. They're trying to find something.
I mean, look at Yapsor's gold, 1,600 in Earth Spirit, almost that Blink Dagger.
Yeah, Yapsor, he can farm. We saw it yesterday from Misery, but now it's Yapsor on the Earth Spirit getting a lot to work with here in terms of itemization. And they will go again top lane. This is what we talked about. You just run right back down. This top lane still no exorcism. Puppey has the TP. Good silence though, and they missed the Timber Chain. They're going to drop the Golem, and now Ace is in trouble. He is again very tanky. Spirit Siphon. They've got the Golem. They've got the Fatal Bonds. Crit should have a Void up in just a moment as well. And Ace stunned up during the Timber Chain. Beautifully done. They want this kill. Crit needs to be careful. He's getting low. The Timber Chain. He pops the stick charge. He jukes back to the north into the tree line. They've got the Crypt Swarm. They'll get it done. Hunter in the night with the Void, and Crit will secure a killing spree taken away from Ace. Finally, they bring down the unkillable Timbersaw, or so it would seem.
Yep, very much needed a kill. Warlock Golem was committed, but still, it's totally worth doing it.
In the meantime, though, more bad news for EG. They'll lose their tier 1 towers mid 1. This goes to work with the Strafe. He's working at a Deso. No surprises there. More armor reduction. Exorcism is back up. Puppey's a little too far. There's the Void, the Blade Fury coming out. They're going to get another kill here for EG. Nice little pick off to get things going back in their favor.
Very nice. Momentum is swinging a little bit with Timbersaw off the map. These heroes can't push these lanes as confidently anymore with EG running around.
And they're going to even just use the Golem to push up into the top tier 1 tower, which Ace will have to deal with swiftly. But in the meantime, this gives more room for EG, farm things up. Empower is the big thing we haven't talked about.
Yep.
The Magnus, I'm sure it's probably maxed at this point for Empower on Sumail, but they will give it to Jug. They cleared out a couple of stacks, and this is going to be good news because now Arteezy is on top of the net worth, and he can carry this game. You talked about there's a point of the game where Ace isn't as strong as he has been,
Yep.
and they're going to reach that pretty soon, I would imagine.
Juggernaut's farm will continue to accelerate and probably surpass the rest of these heroes by quite a large margin. And he just farms faster than everyone else with that Empower, so.
Yep.
Game is much better for EG now. It's kind of been stabilized.
The problem is they just lost so many towers and map control, I think, in the past few minutes that they've got to find something here in the near future. Looking at mid, looks like Secret are moving together as a team, trying to find something. EG in the enemy jungle in the meanwhile. And Exorcism still up and available for Fear, getting close to level 12. Scan will connect. That is a Radiant scan, so they know that Misery is nearby, or someone. And Fear is about to run right into Fada. And that Warlock, as our observer is pointing out, is not having the best game, let me tell you.
Got everything he needs. Brown boots.
He's actually,
sandals.
I think he's like 800 gold, so he's getting close to Arcanes at the very least, but... Fata. Loses your orb, he won't jaunt, he'll head into a different direction. Puppey also heading to the north. They're gonna actually meet up at the tier 2 tower, and we'll see if EG want to go for a backstab. Mid 1 continues to throw the searing arrows, but just some drive-by damage on that tier 2 in the mid lane.
Yeah, that's the Darkness Force at least. Not too bad at all. But yeah, we've kind of hit the point where Secret, yeah, they're still really strong, but they're not steamrolling from tower to tower.
Right.
EG has some breathing room to keep farming at this point in the game. All their heroes are starting to find more space to farm. Juggernaut is starting to get into that scary territory.
Yep.
Your farm's out of control and you can't really stop him. So.
And the big item that just came out was, I believe, the Sumail Blink Dagger. He got it a minute or two ago. So
very
RPs,
nice.
skewers, you can start making plays on heroes like Fata and see if they can't find a couple of kills. It is daytime, no, which is the big issue for EG right now. We'll have to back up here in a moment.
Daytime is no bueno, Mr. Bueno.
That's right. They have the Bloodstone as well, also no bueno for EG as they have to deal with a very tanky Timbersaw. Again, 14 Bloodstone charges and second in net worth. We'll see how EG approach these next few minutes of the game. And we haven't really talked about it, but Roshan is also an objective that you have to look at if you're Secret as well, especially once the Desolator comes out for the Clinks too.
Definitely. I feel like Secret are playing on a bit of a timer here. Not in the sense that their lineup is bad later on in the game, it's just that they hit their peaks really early. Right, Timbersaw gets to that unkillable stage at like level 7, right? And they manage to snowball and take a couple towers after that. But now he's in this period where it's kind of awkward. It's a transitional period where he needs to get some armor items up before he can actually tank the damage coming out from EG.
Yeah.
It's, yeah. He goes through these weird phases where he's super strong early, then he gets that mid-game point where he's killable, and then he becomes insane later on in the game.
And it feels like EG are taking advantage at this point where they're just farming. They're getting back into the game for the most part. They're still down 2k net worth. That's not that bad considering how many towers they've lost in the early stages of this game.
Not at all. They're doing totally fine at this point of the game.
EG will just move around the map, try to find places for Arteezy especially to farm.
Yep, but look at this. Secret may have their eyes on Roshan. They are near the area.
Did they pick up the Desolator for
Clinks?
For Clinks? I'm not sure. He was building into it.
Imagine
mid one
real quick. He was really close. He's almost there.
He's like 300 gold away from the Desolator, it looks like.
Yeah, super close.
Yeah, so that again, that's another big item coming out for Secret. terms of taking down towers, in terms of taking Roshan. That will certainly help.
They'll probably wait for that before they do Roche. And Secret are playing in this area where they've invaded the enemy jungle, so they have complete control there. They know EG are mirroring them and playing on the opposite side of the map, which frees up Roshan for them. It becomes super easy just to do that.
Yeah, I think you would like to take out the tier 2 tower if you're...
Big RP.
RP, Skewer back in. They've got the Omni Slash. He phase shifts for now. They have the Shockwave. That'll get the kill. He jukes it for a second longer. Ace does bring down Crit in the mid lane, but the trade obviously goes to that of EG until maybe they lose this tier 2 tower in the process.
Yep. It's funny, they have to use these ultimate cooldowns for just one kill, right? They drop the Warlock Golem up top for the Timbersaw. Still, it's totally worth it. RP for Puck, yep, any day of the week. They need to be able to kill these split pushers, take them off the map.
RTZ in trouble, silenced up, Magnetize pops the Manta South Blade Fury. TP taking a lot of damage. It's going to be close. He cannot make it out in time. Secret will take care of RTZ. Oof. Very close.
That's a massive kill.
Yeah.
You know, being able to take out these heroes that think they're unkillable on the side lanes prevents them from split pushing. Really good. Now they can move into the side of onto EG's side of the map and keep applying the pressure.
Glimmer Cape comes out. Fear, they've dusted him. Chakram, they've got the Dream Coil. The Chakram will miss, but the Timber Chain coming in, the Waning Rift, very tanky. He's got the Spirit Siphon running as well, so he's still fine. He can pop the Exorcism, but he needs some help. The rest of EG are coming. He's actually the fastest man alive. Phase Boots plus Yules, and Fear is out of there. But in the meantime, Secret looks like they've headed into the Roche Pit. EG are on the hunt, but they don't know this is happening. They've popped him down. They've got the Desolator to work with on Roche, and EG, they have to make a decision. There's no RP. They do have Golem. Can they get in here and contest this? And then, of course, RTZ is back in 3 seconds as well.
I feel like they should have an idea this is going on, especially since it's like their next objective, and Juggernaut happened to die in the bottom lane. Yep, they should have scouted it there with the Night Stalker flying up, right?
Secret, they only have Ace in the pit right now. They decided to bring mid one out.
It's
EG are going to go for a smoke.
all.
They have a Blink RP at the ready in 20 seconds. Not quite yet, but it can skewer if need be. They'll check Roshan. They'll see that he's a little bit low. EG want to force something, especially with this Exorcism and the Warlock Golem. And in fact, again, like we talked about, that RP is going to be up momentarily. And Fear, he's going to pop the Exorcism for this, and Ace is going to go ahead and throw the Chakram inside the pit. Here we go.
He has no stacks.
They've got a great silence. Fear, Bonded jumps in, it gets dropped down. What a silence coming. The Blaze Fury, who got the Aegis? It's RTZ. They're still taking the fight. Puppy's in trouble. He'll get dropped. Mid one on the back line's looking for Fear. He's going to get Glimmer Capes up the Exorcism, bringing him down as well. It's going to be 3 dead for Secret, plus the Aegis going to EG. It's now a 2 for 3 if they lose to Mail. Ace, very tough to bring down. RTZ is low, but there's the Omni Slash, the Cryptum, a double kill for RTZ, 4 dead. And they get the Aegis as well, along with Roshan. What a silence to start that fight from Fear.
That silence was so good.
That was huge. On to 2. Fata blinked in as it happened, and he was just thinking, what's going on right now? Why can't I use my abilities?
Didn't Night Stalker just click silence on him before he blinked in?
I thought he got it on 2 before they jumped to the pit.
Either way, it was fight winning for sure.
Yes.
And taking a fight into the Roshan pit like that against Warlock, not going to win that.
That was a huge engagement for EG.
It's also a Timbersaw. He can't stack up his reactive armor at all. So he dies super, super fast.
Now down to 11 Bloodstone charges. He's picked up the bot since then. He also has a Shiva's Guard to work with, trying to get back to that tanky point, which you were talking about earlier on in the game. So things looking a bit better for EG. They still have this Aegis to work with. They're down 1K, but at this point, that's pretty much nothing, especially with how many towers are still up that they can take to even out this game.
The goal definitely does not tell the tale of this game at all.
I mean, think about it. You're missing all of your outer towers if you're EG, and there's still, what, 4 left? Meanwhile, they're going to try to find mid one here. The Skewer back in. They've got the silence, the Void as well. Misery able to hide and stay alive. Nicely done. Nicely baited out there from EG.
Yeah, big pick off. 45 seconds, no clinks.
Great gold cost for Crit. He's going to get a nice little bonus there. But, yep, so with Aegis now, it's more of a, I think if you're EG, try to get some towers maybe, or do you just sit back and farm for the most part?
Yeah, definitely. Now Juggernaut can push out these lanes super, super confidently, especially with Clinks off the map. And they'll probably use that to start making some plays on some towers, get some vision down.
Crit with the Spirit Vessel. Pretty great item.
Yeah, very nice against the Timbersaw, who has a ton of health regen.
Yeah.
Stops a lot of that.
Serious work here against Ace. And it looks like EG are posturing for the top lane. They have RP backup. Exorcism is still down, so too is Golem. But already Secret are in a position where they can defend this.
The slower this game is, the better it is for EG. They're playing with Magnus, they're playing with the better late game. Timbersaw does hit a point where he's going to fall off. And, you know, Clinks, while he is a pretty decent late game carry, I feel like he definitely is. He gets outskilled quite a bit.
I mean, and he's not going to be able to farm as fast as RTZ is with his power. It's just impossible.
Yeah, that's the big issue.
And finally, EG will get some map control back. They'll take this tier 1 tower top lane. Even with the glyph going, they will still grab this.
Also, the way EG push, it's just this Juggernaut with the healing orb behind, hitting the tower, supported by the Magnus and Warlock, and then you have Night Stalker on the side lane scouting everything out. It's super, super safe. Everyone's covering each other, and you can't really go on anyone on the side of Team Secret.
And now they can't really kill Arteezy because the way they would start the initiation is they would get a silence. He would just manta that off now.
Exactly.
It's a very good itemization from him.
To land any disable on him.
He's going to TP back home, get some more farm for his team, and of course, just try to push this wave out in the bottom. And he is up to 14,000 net worth, 2,000 ahead of the Timbersaw, who has had a great game. So Arteezy's doing a great job. Secret, in the meantime, of invading the enemy jungle. They're looking for Crit potentially. Sumail is nearby. They're going to find Crit, and they're going to blow him up. This is as daytime happens. The Splitter comes in. They're looking for more. Fear seems to be trying to get out of there. He's going to Glimmer Cape himself up. He's got the Phase and Eul Scepter. He's actually a race car, and he's gone.
Yeah. Can't catch him.
Still a nice little pick there from Secret. Get some control back into this game.
Yep, it lets them leave their base safely, even though it is daytime. They need something to keep farming because Juggernaut farms quite fast with the tower.
He has a full Scotty now, and working at a Butterfly too. 2,000 gold towards that Butterfly as well.
You know, he's farming ridiculously fast, and it looks like there's nothing they can do to stop him from farming super, super fast.
And EG, what do they just split up the map now? They don't even need to use the Sages to get too many more towers. Tier 2s are a little too far perhaps for them to get.
They are scalers. They would just want to keep extending the game as long as possible and let Team Secret hit that wall where they just can't fight them at all.
So then what do you do if you're Secret in this situation? Just try to keep the waves pushed out?
Well, they're playing with Clinks, so he can always run around to Invis. Puck's split pushing on the side lanes, and he's pretty much unkillable as well. So they need to use their split pressure to be able to make EG, split themselves up.
Rotate, right.
Exactly, and then go for these heroes that are alone. Because Puck's always going to be super, super annoying and sit on the side lane. He'll probably never just run around with the team. He wants to keep lanes out, and then they'll use lane pressure to find the pick off eventually.
Fada's done a good job of that. It feels like he's been the one really pressuring this bottom lane.
Yeah, but EG, they're not really exposing themselves, right? Juggernaut has Aegis, Sumail is always covering.
He's got a Euls. He's got a Dream Coil. He's got the Euls if he's still ready if he needs it. Meanwhile, top lane, they found what looks to be, I think, mid one. Dropped down and killed. Very big kill for EG. Sumail on the run, Blink Dagger, can't use it. He's got the urn ticking down. They pop the Exorcism, and Puppey's gonna fall as well. They will lose Sumail, but that's a 2-for-1 trade across the map. And I believe they got the tier 2 tower in the bottom lane on top of all of that.
Yep, very nice. And they only used, what, the Warlock ultimate for that fight and Exorcism?
Yes.
They still have RP. And honestly, Juggernaut's enough to hit these towers.
So they're going to keep going. They still have Aegis. Not for much longer, actually. And maybe it already... Yeah, it's already gone. 30 seconds ago, actually.
Okay.
So they don't have that to fall back on, but they feel strong enough that they're starting to pressure this tier 2 tower in the mid lane. It looks like Fada's going to try to cut the wave, though. Just bring it with him.
Yep, nice play. I'm not sure what they do to Juggernaut at all. Like, it's only 26 minutes into the game, but he feels like he's hit this point where nobody can mess with him.
Phase shift, Fata blinking away. Crit's nearby. He is, I believe he has Darkness ready. Actually doesn't, can't quite find it with the Hunter of the Night as well. So Fata's gonna get out just fine. And they won't be able to find this kill.
Yep, just being annoying. You know, the Clinks into Juggernaut matchup's pretty decent because the Sirianos go through Magic Immunity. You can kill him early on through spin, but kind of missed that window where he is pretty good against him. Then you hit this window where Omni Slash destroys him for the rest of the game.
I mean, especially with mid one having to deal with the Butterfly for Arteezy, which is just about done here in a couple thousand. So, I mean, Arteezy feeling pretty good this game. A lot like last game, he's the one doing the heavy lifting for EG, but EG making some great moves all across the board in terms of Sumail, everybody getting things done. And they're going to try it again here with another smoke. They're going to empower Arteezy, and they're going to have Sumail and Crit lead the way. Roshan obviously still down for a little bit, and they'll try to find something here like Secret caught out in the mid lane. And we'll see if that's going to be the case.
Yep, I imagine that's going to be the next big objective for both these teams unless they can find some sort of pick-off before that, but nothing is really going to get forced at all. It's just about playing the Roshan fight well.
Right.
And EG's lineup this game looks a lot more solid compared to the last game, right? All it takes is a Juggernaut sitting in the front who happens to be super, super farmed, and then the fight's easy from there. If they go on our jug, then boom, you have Warlock ultimate to counter-initiate RP as well.
Yep.
It's very easy to play.
And when we talked about the late game scaling supports, which you mentioned EG have clearly in spades, so this is a very big window for EG now. There is still a slight advantage from Secret, but again, a lot of that is because the towers, they still have 2 tier 2s up and available. And they're still farming pretty well on Ace, but again, next Roshan, much like last game, is going to be a big factor for both of these teams. And we'll see when it responds here in about 30 seconds.
Yep, it's up to Secret to make the plays on the map to stop EG from just split farming the entire map.
We haven't really talked about Fury, but he's picked up a Shiva's Guard, now working on an Octarine. Also, that Glimmer Cape pickup, I really liked it in the early stages of the game where they tried ganking him. He would Glimmer and just phase himself out of trouble.
Yeah, there's also a ton of magic damage, so very nice against that. Not the most common pickup on Death Prophet for sure, but one that makes sense, a lot of sense.
Yeah. EG getting aggressive, dropping some vision down. And Roshan is going to be 1 minute and 10 seconds from now. And that is a very big point of contention for these two teams.
Yep, that is what both teams need to kind of get to the next stage of the game, where they can start forcing some of these buildings and take the fight to the enemy.
EG would like to find a pickoff. They have found Secret, who have smoked up. Yapzor has been voided up and silenced as well. RP Sumail cancels it, didn't get it off in time. The Omni Slash going, Ace in trouble. He's just dead already. The Omni Slash from Arteezy does more than enough work in these fights. Misery trying to find Fata. They have the golem available if they want to use it. He's going to try to lose Europe and John away on the other side. Puppey getting caught. RP on a 2 from Sumail. The skewer back as well. And EG, it looks like they've won this fight. 3-0, might even be a 4 as the Void comes in from Crate. All 4 dead from Secret. And now with this Exorcism, they might be even able to push up to the high ground on this tier 3 tower.
Mid one split pushing, but there's no creep wave at all.
This thing is already dead. This Exorcism, Arteezy's damage, the Empower, more than enough to chew through this base. No buyback on their supports. Fata does have his, but this Rax is just gone, and there's not much you could do other than split push as mid 1. And they're going to lose maybe 2 sets of Rax here as they're already working on bottom as well, Brax.
I mean, these fights just look so easy. Before Team Secret played off the back of this extremely tanky Timbersaw, now he dies within Omni Slash pretty much, not tanky at all. And then from there, they can't do anything at this point of the game. They've missed their window.
2 sets of Rax. The crowd happy about what's going on in EG's camp at this point.
No bias out there.
They're trying to figure out whether or not EG are going to grab Rosh at this point. Will they back up? Will they take Roshan? Will they grab the Aegis? I mean, that's really all they need to do, I feel like, to finish this game off.
Yep, that's probably just going to be it. Once you have these 2 lanes in, you just have to sit there. And eventually Team Secret have to move out.
I believe you might be dead. Oh, good boulder smash from the Yapzor, but I'm not sure this is going to save him. Good Dream Coil onto 3. There's going to have the Awakening Rift as well. A lot of damage coming in the Chakra, but now they reset the fight with the Golem. Drop down. The Upheaval is there as well, and Arteezy is too tanky and does too much damage. The Blade Fury. Sumail will skewer Ace away. He'll try to Timber Chain out, but he's in trouble. The Chakram not doing nearly enough. Good boulder smash, but it's GG called, and EG will take game number 2.
Wowzers, game 3. Who would have seen that coming, man?
I don't know, Brax.
Definitely not me.
Good call at the beginning of this game, but a lot of the fans out there very happy with EG's performance in game number 2. Great draft overall, I would say, and way to hang on, honestly. That the beginning of that game, obviously Ace is dominant with that Timbersaw, doing a lot of damage, getting tower pressure. Yeah, I mean, they weathered it, they got through, and